Alright, y'all. I'm here at the Goodyear plant doing a drop and hook. This is going to lead me to my next topic. I know I kind of preach and kind of make it seem like it's all rainbows and butterflies here at Landstar, but this is one thing that really pisses me off. And it's not really, Landstar could prevent it, and I'll talk about that here shortly. They just don't want to, for some apparent reason. When I was with Prime, they would take care of it, and if it was the other driver's fault, I'd get reimbursed for it out of the other driver's pocket or out of Prime's pocket. But it is, I did a drop and hook, and I know a lot of drivers here at the Star are gonna say, oh, go get your own trailer, or don't do drop and hooks and you won't have to deal with it. Yeah, well, not everyone's fortunate enough to go and get their own trailer in this market right now. But as the airbags are airing up, you'll start hearing an air leak out of this tire. There's a hole right down here. But yeah, other drivers drop this shit. Oh, and the inspection date's about 3 or 4 months out of date. Don't like that noise. But yeah, so I've been here for about 4.5 hours waiting on Landstar to send somebody out to fix this damn thing. First person didn't enter it in the computer correctly, or whatever it was, I don't know, didn't call, didn't do anything, blah, blah, blah. So I've been here for, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I gave him a call back and asked him for an update. And he couldn't even find the trailer number that I was referencing. So then he had to make some phone calls and figure it all out. 2 hours after that, I wanted another update. So I called the shop that I thought they were sending out, and they haven't heard anything. And then so I called Landstar back, trailer maintenance, and he made a call. And about 5 minutes ago, I got a call from Love's. The Goodyear plant here and the Walmart down the road have the same exact address, so he was sitting at Walmart trying to find me. But yeah, so I'm gonna get this figured out, and then we'll talk more about it in the video. But there you go, quick video so you can hear it leaking. And it's coming from right there. Feels like there's a big, either a nut or a screw. Hey y'all, little update, you can probably hear something. Just dropped that last trailer that I picked up. On the same load. And the empty they gave us, another flat tire. This is getting fucking ridiculous. Also out of date on the inspection. And surprise, surprise, the fucking ABS light doesn't work either. Someone either cut it or something, I don't know. But yeah, this is my issue with Landstar. I'm probably getting my own trailer. This is ridiculous. But so now I get to sit and wait on a road service, or talk to the gentleman over there that drives the yard jockey, and he said he'll bring me another trailer if one comes up, but this is literally the only empty they have. So what? Why am I coming there? By the way, it's cold. I don't know if you can notice, but yeah, I'll give you guys an update here soon.
All right. Now that I've had time to cool off a little bit on the whole trailer issue, not really, but I'm gonna try to sum it up in the next 7 minutes because that's all I have left on my phone to record. So, number one issue with Landstar, and before I say anything about Landstar, every company has their flaws. There's always going to be something wrong at another company. It doesn't matter where you go. There's going to be bads and goods. Landstar just happens to be this. Prime, it was my dispatchers, and a lot of other people have problems with their dispatchers over there too. That's the main issue at Prime. That's why I left. I wasn't willing to deal with it because he was controlling my money. And if I have problems with someone that's controlling my money, obviously it's going to reflect how much I make. And he was a douche. But anyway, on to Landstar. Landstar also has their flaws and their really, really good other side of it. Their flaws. Number one, BCOs dropping trailers out of date on inspection, or with tons of problems with them, or flat tires, or any of that stuff. As you just seen, on one load, I did a drop and hook at the pickup, drop and hook at the receiver. Both trailers I had to pick up, both had flat tires, both had ABS light issues, both were out of date on inspection, and a plethora of other things. You know, there's damages to the inside, a bunch of shit, okay? Now, the good thing at Prime would be they would reimburse me for my time sitting or getting it fixed, or if I fixed it myself, whatever it was that I could fix on my own, like a light or, you know, whatever it may be. If I fixed it, put the chute back up, they'd pay you like 75 bucks or something to put it back up. But here at the Star, you don't get any of that. And I understand we're owner ops. I don't expect anything from Landstar. But when it becomes a major issue like this, every single time I have to do a drop and hook, and don't get me wrong, I don't have to do a drop and hook. They got to think of it this way. I'm taking care of the customers, right? If Landstar wants freight, I got to take care of the customers, and I'm going to take the loads that I need to take. And sometimes they pay better than normal rates. So this one in particular paid really well, so I took it. Not really well, it paid better than all the other ones. We'll leave it at that. So went to the Goodyear plant, picked up flat tire, ABS light, out of date on inspection. Went to the next plant after picking up there to go deliver. It was like an overnight thing. Went and delivered, and at first he said he had no empties. I went back and dropped, and I seen an empty sitting there, so I was like, hey, what the hell's going on with this, right? He's like, oh, I didn't even see that one. Okay. So I grabbed that one, or he pulled it out and I had to hook up to it. Their policy or whatever can't take it. Anyway, same thing. ABS light, out of date on inspection, tire flat, blah, blah, blah. What Landstar really needs to do, or start doing, is they need to come up with, for example, at Prime, I know I keep going back to Prime, but they had a good system for this kind of stuff. Every time a driver drops or picks up a trailer, they're required to do a trailer inspection and send that form in to Prime. So if you see any issues with it, you got to do a full trailer inspection all the way down the sides, make sure there's no gashes, no holes, all that stuff. And if there is, you put it in there. And then Prime would take care of it. They would, you know, either refer us to a shop or say, hey, get it to this place so we can get it fixed. Or if it was a tire, they would send out a road call. And then, again, if I started doing the work myself or whatever, I'd get paid for it. And then they would penalize the other driver if it came to be his fault. I know everyone says, hey, it might have been the yard jockey that did it. It's not always the yard jockeys. So, if Landstar came up with a system like that to where, even in the app, just make it a form that you need to fill out or whatever when dropping. And, you know, they can go back and track it. If one guy's putting in one thing and the other guy that's picking up is putting another thing on, say, example, the inspection date, right? If it's not up to date on inspection and the other driver puts it is, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? They know it was the other driver's fault. Either take it out of his pocket or compensate me for my time of having to take it and get it fixed before I can even take my next run. Sometimes it's like that load where I had to pick up that trailer and I had to take it and deliver it. It was already loaded. So that's time that I'm losing out on my day to get from point A to point B to go deliver the damn load on time. So we need compensation for that kind of shit. I sat there for 9 hours waiting for them to come out and fix that tire. That's my whole shift. Just gone. You know? But I'm not going to make this super long. That's number one. Landstar needs to come up with a way to prevent drivers, or at least make some sort of recourse for drivers on dropping damaged trailers. But now, number two that is wrong with Landstar is the agents. There are some agents that will post a load on the board that'll look very lucrative. We'll say $5,000 for 1,000 miles, right? It's $5 a mile. It's a pretty fucking good load, right? You call on it. Now, mind you, in those notes, nowhere does it say there's any extra stops. It's pick up, deliver. That's it. You call on the load, and it's either one of two things. And the Landstar drivers will know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say anything about it, but normally Texas numbers. One of two things is going to happen. One, oh, they actually don't want to pay $5,000. It's actually going to be like, you know, $2,500. So half of what they said. So then it gets knocked down to $2.50. Or option two, there's 17 stops on this load. You're picking up and then you got 16 stops and then your last one. So then that $5 a mile turns into, again, maybe $2.50 if you're lucky, because you're zigzagging all over the place and doing, you know, 17 stops. They don't want to pay for all 17, so they're going to put it up as no stops, right? But that's my other issue. My third issue is the same thing with the load board, and that is you got like 30 different agents that are under one agency, and they all pull loads, third-party loads. So they pull loads off of the DAT board or C.H. Robinson or whatever it is, right? They'll pull it off of another board and put it on the Landstar's board for us to haul. Now you got, like I said, 30 agents under one agency. They all have different codes, and they all get that same load and post the same exact load 30 freaking times. That's my other issue. Landstar said they were going to be fixing that on one of the updates. Not Landstar themselves. When I was in orientation last year, they were saying they were going to be coming out with beta testing, and I actually got on the beta testing, and it's still not a feature yet. But they said they were going to make it to where if the same exact load is posted more than twice, they were going to have a system to where it would break it, all those same exact loads down into one, like one, it'll look like one posting, and then you can hit the drop down and it'll bring up all of them, which would be fantastic, but they haven't done it yet. So there's that. What?
I forgot when they'll post on the board and they'll check with the customer, and the customer doesn't want to work with Landstar.
Yeah, that too. like Kylie said, they'll post it on the board for Landstar BCOs, right? That's what we work off of, is the load board. They'll post it on the board. I'll call and waste my time calling the agent. Then they'll have to call that customer or the broker, whoever they're working with, and then find out that Landstar is actually not allowed to haul that load. So, waste my time on the phone for, 20, 30 minutes while other loads are posted, and I lose out on all those because other people are calling on those ones. So that's my other issue. Now, these are very minute, like the load board stuff I can deal with. That's not an issue. The main issue is the trailers. The trailers, the whole trailer situation is just absolutely dumb. One, there's people waiting for, some people months, waiting on an empty trailer to go pick up because they got stuck into doing a drop and hook, and then the customer doesn't have any empties, and they're not going to have any empties for a while, and they end up getting stuck. And then I know a lot of Landstar drivers already know about this agency, but WMD, I personally didn't have an issue with him. Sure, he didn't communicate very much, but the load was there and it was ready when I was showing up to pick it up. So I can't complain. I only did one with him. So, but other people, he'll have the load on the board. They'll communicate. Not very much. He's not very good at communicating. He doesn't answer phone calls or anything. You got to do everything through text or email. But there have been other drivers that have booked loads. Trucker saw from my last video. I think it was my last video. My buddy Jared, we were hanging out at Iowa 80, if you guys watched that video. But he's actually booked a load through him. And he got burnt on that load. It was going from Denver, Colorado to California. And it was actually a really good paying load, especially for the Denver area. So he got a load going to Denver. And sure, he should have waited for the rate con and all that stuff to be sent over from WMD, but he didn't. But there's that. He got there to Denver, ended up, WMD was on vacation or some shit, doing something else, and the load wasn't available or whatever, or wasn't ready or whatever it was, and just dropped the load. So now my buddy was stuck there for several days waiting on trying to find another load. He ended up, I think he deadheaded out of there, didn't he? Yeah, he ended up deadheading almost all the way over to Omaha to do a power or a repower. That's what it was, yeah. So, got to be careful with the agents. You'll see in the next video, but I have started getting in good with select couple agents that I think is going to benefit me really well. So, I won't have to deal with any of that stuff. I'll set my status out on Landstar to, 3 months in the future or whatever, so I don't get any phone calls or anything like that, or get my phone blown up. But yeah, that's my issues with Landstar. Let me know if you guys have issues with Landstar, if you're a BCO or whatnot. Leave it in the comments so other people can see. I don't want to make Landstar out to be the best damn carrier out there. They are pretty good. They leave you alone for the most part. The only times I've had calls is my first or second week, I think it was. I got called for a drug test. My dumbass got a speeding ticket, so I got called by safety. And then the third phone call was I want a set of steer tires from Landstar. I don't know if I covered that actually, but I'll cover it in another video if I haven't. But yeah, so those are the only times they've called me. Other than that, and then I got a couple calls like I think it was the first month and then the 90-day mark or something like that from my BCO advisor, I guess they call him. Other than that, I haven't heard anything from that lady. So they leave you alone. They let you do it the way you want to do it. Of course, if you start getting in the negative and not paying your bills and all that stuff, of course they're going to be calling you and trying to help you, assist you. Like, that's what the BCO advisor's for. They'll try to assist you to make money. They'll start helping you book loads and stuff like that if you're having an issue. But I haven't had an issue. So as long as you do your job, do it right, get there on time, and don't fuck anything up, they'll leave you alone. But if you guys like the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really does help the channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys can help me get there, I'd greatly appreciate it. Like I said, you can hit us up in the Discord or leave a comment under the video and all that good stuff. And I'll be sure to respond. Leave your experiences with Landstar, if you like them, dislike them, you know, leave all that stuff below and we'll have a discussion about it. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. There's a fun video coming next, so stay tuned. And subscribe so you get sent, and click the bell or whatever people say, man, I don't know.